Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back for another video. Today we are looking at the game Atlas once again, and I'm going to be doing an update to the previous video I had made on this subject, but this is how to set up the warehouse and market trade system within the game. So if you're maybe new to the game, or you're just someone who has not set up the warehouse and markets before, hopefully this video will be helpful for you. If you're new to the channel, I hope you'll become a subscriber and make sure you like and share the video, and of course share it with anybody you know that plays Atlas. Alright, so if you are interested in setting up the warehouse and market trading system in Atlas, you first have to unlock the skill all the way down here in the construction tree. It's called Advanced Automation. Alright, and what this does is this will unlock the warehouse, the market, and then all of the, what I would call the farms. So the lumber mill, the mine, the quarry, and so on. I believe there's a farmhouse in there as well. That may be unlocked under another button there, but anyway, so that's where you unlock the actual farms that feed into the warehouse. So, for example, the lumber mill, of course, will farm wood and thatch from nearby trees where it's placed, and so on. The quarry will get stone and crystal and flint, and then, you know, the mine gets metal, and then I believe one or two of them get like the gems and things like that as well. So the farmhouse gets the berries, the fiber, and herbs from the ground. They all run on fuel. They need either coal or oil, and I believe the oil performs the best. It burns the slowest, and correct me if I'm wrong on that. But so those are what you're going to need to actually harvest the resources, and then those will feed into your warehouse as a central like storage location. What I recommend doing first is place the warehouse itself. That way you have a central location of where you are trying to gather from. And then from there, try to place as many farmhouses as you can, as close to the warehouse as you can. So the first farmhouse you would want to place pretty much right next to your warehouse, and then just go out from there. It is going to require you to set them a certain distance apart from each other. It will tell you, you know, there's too many farmhouses in the area if you're too close, but just spread them out as, you know, as close as you can to your warehouse. And when you walk up to your warehouse, it will tell you how many farms are connected. You want to try to go for at least 4. I would try to get your 4 original farms, the quarry, the mine, the lumber mill, and the farmhouse, all to connect to your warehouse. That way you have some of each type of resource available for trade. So just go into your smithy. These are found under structures. You would go to the crafting button here. This is where you make the market and the warehouse. And it will show you what resources you're going to need for that. The market does require 100 gold. Under the other section here, gathering is where you find all of the farms. And as you can see, there's another one here. It's called a grave digger. You unlock this under piracy in the Knowledge of the Old Ones tree. That's something new that they've just added into this most recent season of Atlas. I believe we're in season 7 right now. It's November 2021 currently, as I'm making this video. So that's where you would unlock the grave digger, and that's another type of farmhouse that harvests a new type of resource called cursed bones. So you will need each of those to gather, and then they'll all feed into your warehouse. So those are all the farmhouses right there, the 5 of them. Okay, so what you would do is you'd place your warehouse, then you would place all of your farms, make sure they have fuel in them that they're gathering, sit and watch them for a few minutes and make sure they're actually gathering the resources. If they're not, you may need to move them closer to the nodes, so like the metal nodes or the trees or whatever it is you're trying to harvest. Once you have those in place, you then craft the market, which is this little building right here. This is what actually creates the trades with either yourself. You can trade, from what I can see so far, I believe I can trade with up to 3 of my other warehouses that are nearby. These markets, from what I can see, tend to be able to talk at least 2 grids to the north, south, east, and west, and 1 grid to the diagonal directions. So if you have warehouses in any of that radius, or other teams do, you can communicate with those markets and set up trades. So you go in here to the trade section, and as you can see, we've got, you know, some trades already going on. I have only accepted trades with this particular warehouse with myself, so my own team. Okay, so there's a bunch of different trades you can find if you go under this Find New Trades button here on the left. Up top, you'll see all the different possible trades out there, all the different teams that have markets set up, okay? Now you can request trades with those teams, or they may request trades with you. So down here at the bottom, see it says I've received trade requests from different teams. So we could choose to accept those trades if we wanted to. What you want to do is you want to look at the number where it says income. The higher that number is, the more rewards in gold and other things that you will earn. So the higher the number, the more gold you get per successful trade. So if you were to look at this trade here, for example, I say view trade offers. As you can see off to the right, these are the resources that people are willing to trade. They're willing to trade some iron for any metal, some opal gems for any other gem. And the thing I wanted to update for this video that I didn't mention in the last one was exactly that. So like, see these trades, for example, here were iron for metal. When you first look at that, you would assume that that's just generic metal, that it would only trade iron for generic metal, but it's actually not true. I was incorrect in my last video. What this will do is it will actually act as like a wildcard trade. So what it will do is it will look for any metal trade that other teams have available that you've accepted a trade with. So if they're trading copper for iron, for example, you will pick up on that trade and you'll get some copper because they're trading any, it will look for any metal that any team has available, basically. What you want to do, I'll go back into your market here. To set up new trades, you just go to this new trade button up at the top right, and it opens up this screen. Now the resources on the left are the resources you actually have in your warehouse. The resources on the right are the ones you can trade for. So for example, I wanted to trade, you know, some dark wood for any other wood. I would just go over here to the generic wood symbol, and as you can see down here, what the numbers mean for the exchange rate, it's going to send 2,381 dark wood to someone else in exchange for 2,381 wood of another type. You can change this exchange rate if you want. So for example, if you're trading with your own warehouse, let's say, and you want to just ship this dark wood over to your warehouse, you could set up the trade like this with the exchange rate really offset, and it would actually ship, see, 4,715 dark wood for only 47 of another type of wood. So you use that when you want to ship it to yourself. You wouldn't want to have this set up with other teams, because then they're going to take all your dark wood from you and only give you 47 wood in return. So if you're trading with another team, I recommend doing a 1-to-1 ratio like this. But if you're trading with yourself, you know, you can change these exchange rates. You can have up to 20 types of trades, so 20, you know, possible combinations. And it, like I said, it looks like you can trade with about 3 of your own warehouses and then 3 or 4 other teams as well. I'm not sure the exact number. I'd have to test that, but it ends up being about like maybe 5 or 6 trades that you're doing with either yourself or other teams. And as you complete the trades, so let's say it ships these 2,381 darkwood to another warehouse, when that completes, we will earn some gold sometimes. We'll earn lots of passive rewards, such as ingots. You'll get like silver and iridium ingots sometimes for free. You will get coal as a reward. You'll get medium cannonballs, gunpowder, and then you also will get small amounts of the different types of wood. So like you might get 250 aged wood as a reward. So as these complete, this log up here in the top left will tell you what's going on, if the shipment was completed, if the shipment failed. Sometimes it will say things like, oh, a giant whale attacked the ship and you lost half the cargo, and things like that, and you have to probably put more resources back in your warehouse because you might lose some along the way. So it might say a fire happened on your ship and you lost some of the cargo and things like that. Like, it's kind of fun watching the log and reading all the different little things that happen along the way. But in the meantime, you will earn gold and other things. So like when I look at this warehouse, see there's a little bit of gold in here from a trade that's gone through. You can obviously look at all the resources you have in your warehouse. Another thing to keep in mind is you have to have the minimum amount available to trade. So like this says we need 1,429 of this particular type of stone before this will ship. So if there's less than that amount in your warehouse, the trade will not complete. So just keep that in mind. You may need to hand harvest a bunch of resources to fill up your warehouse faster, because of course the farmhouses will only draw a little bit of resources into your warehouse at a time. It's a very small amount at a time. But if you want to have it trigger faster, just fill it up by hand and just hand harvest a bunch of resources, dump them into your warehouse, and then these trades will start going through, but you do have to have the minimum amount in there. I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments section below. But that's how you get yourself a warehouse and market system set up on an island. If you're in claimable lawless, you know, definitely put claim towers down so that your warehouse doesn't get stolen. But if you're doing this on your owned island, you know, you can set this up pretty much anywhere. You just have to have the warehouse near salt water. It can be up off the ground. It doesn't have to be on ground level like this one, for example, but you can put it up like on a cliff platform or up high above the water. It just has to be near the water. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next video.